Okay, all right. There is another important word there we can talk about is assessment. An assessment is gathering information, gathering information to determine what kind of help the client needs. So the importance of assessment is so that you can be informed. And sometimes you go to places of work where the colleagues who have been told to show you how the job is done, they are not willing to show you, isn't it? And sometimes people, they are a little bit worried because you don't know whether you're doing things the right way or the wrong way, isn't it? So whatever we learned there before about the care plan, every client has a file. And inside that file, there is the care plan. It tells about Dr. Jenga, how, when I was born, okay, what type of a problem that I have. If I have dementia, I have mental conditions, I have high blood pressure, I have diabetes, I have HIV and AIDS. There are so many things, isn't it? The care plan explains why I am there. Number two, the care plan also tells what are activities of daily living. What kind of support do I need? What time do I get up? If I usually get up at 8 and you are a new caregiver, okay, and the person who is supposed to show you how this person is supposed to get up doesn't want to show you, what are you supposed to refer? Care plan. The care plan will tell you Dr. Jenga likes to wake up 8 a.m. If you are a new caregiver and you come to wake up 6 a.m., are we going to be friends? No. Because you are trying to change my schedule. You are trying to change my schedule, my routine. I don't wake up 6 o'clock. I wake up 8 a.m. And when I wake up, what do I like to take for breakfast? You know, the care plan has everything you need to know. Care plan ndio msema kweli. Read the care plan. The care plan will give you everything that you need. You know, and there is nothing good than when you understand the people that you're dealing with. You will not have problems. You will win their heart. Many people struggle to win the heart of the employer. Employer can get tired of you as much as he can. But if you win the heart of the client, you can stay there as long as you want. Huh? Somebody, the employer will be trying to lay you off, and then he says, I don't want to lose this client because Catherine wants to go away, isn't it? Because you know them. Then the care plan also helps you to understand this person, is it a one assist person or is a two assist person? Because sometimes if the person is supposed to be lifted by one person, then you're good, you can do it, isn't it? What about if a person is supposed to be lifted by two people? Don't try to lift a person who is supposed to be lifted by two people alone. Why? If that person, if the client happens to fall and has an injury, then what is going to happen? You are the one in problem. Sure. So you avoid saying sorry after something has happened. Don't do something and you say sorry later. Sorry will not help a broken bone. Are you getting what I'm saying? So care plan is very important. So you have to know about the assessment. And then another important word there we can talk about is care setting. Care setting. And a care setting is where the client lives. Where client lives. A client can live in AFH, and AFH which I said is adult family home. A client can live in assisted living, isn't it? A client can live in a boarding home, isn't it? Yeah, there are different places, facilities. There are so many places that a client can live. Care setting, that's also important to note. So, then we have DSHS. DSHS. DHS stands for Department, this one is very important. You need to know about it. Department of Social and Health Services. Department of Health and Social Services. Very important. That is very important. It's like it's a major umbrella that deals in terms of the client. They will check, they will see is the client receiving care. If the client is abused, they will send their own private investigators and come and determine whether the client was abused or not. Are we together?
Question, please.
Yes.
Is this a government organ?
Yes, it's a branch from the department or from the government.
Okay.
Yes. So then we have personal care services. Personal care services. Personal care services. Personal care services, these are tasks done. Tasks done to help a client with his activities of daily living. Tasks done to help the clients in activities of daily living. That is personal care services. And then the definition of a client. Who is a client? So that is called a client, a consumer. This is the person you provide. Person you provide care for. The person you provide care for is called a client. He is also called consumer. Sometimes it's called a consumer, okay, or resident. Those are the names, different names, or resident. Those are different names that the client is called. Okay. So, we have already talked about where the clients live, discussed about the care team. So let's talk about client disease or condition. Have you written these or you want to take it? Okay, all right. So we got the next part. So, what are some of the diseases that the client may have? A client's disease or condition. These are conditions that will make the client to be in a care settings. Most common diseases or condition DHS clients have are: one, a client may have a heart disease. A client may have a heart disease, okay? A client may also have dementia. This is 10, 12, right? Okay, a client may have dementia. A client may also have arthritis. A client may have arthritis. A client may have diabetes. Okay. A client may have stroke. A client may also have stroke. A client may also have neurological a client may also have neurological problems. A client may also have mental illness. These are some of the conditions that the clients have. Clients may also have respiratory condition. So these are some of the diseases that clients may have. These are common diseases, and they may vary from time to time.
A question.
Yes.
Is all this is the decision problem? I mean, of the client written in the care plan?
Come up again.
Like in the care plan, like the problem. The
Yes,
client
yes, it is written there. That's what I said. When you read the care plan, it tells you this person has diabetes, this person has high blood pressure, this client has this and this condition, right? So when you read the care plan, it tells you everything you need. So you don't need somebody even to it, because sometimes even somebody can come to show you how to do the job, but it's showing you the job the wrong way. Yeah? Maybe this person has worked in this place for such a long time until he no longer follows the care plan. He follows the shortcuts. You understand? So be shown the job but read the care plan. What is the care plan saying concerning this person? Maybe this somebody is supposed to be woken up by two people, but this person, because he's all alone, and sometimes these guys, they want to save money, so they don't want to employ many people to work. You know, the client is supposed to serve by two people. That is what is supposed to be done. But some people, they will employ like two people, one person, okay? Two people, they work different shifts individually. But they are supposed always to work two people at all times. So it's good to read the care plan, because it is what will give you the, yeah?
A question.
Yes.
If the person is supposed to be assisted by two people, and all of a sudden I'm all alone, like now you are new, you are there, where do you report that? This, according to the care plan, the criteria or the whatever is, the instruction is that it should be catered for by two people. But now I am all alone. Where do I report?
Of course, the provider should ask them. Ask your provider. I see the care plan saying two people. It should give you the direction. And if you give you the direction, then he or she should take the responsibility in case something happens to the client. Because you asked. I asked him or her, I noticed from the care plan, this is a to assist person. But in this instance, I'm the only person working with this person. So it's about doing job in the professional way. Don't try to do job just because you're just there and you're so desperate to get a job.
So that when I'm writing my report, I should.
Yes, you should be
yes.
Yes.
Yes, I've already discussed with the provider
Yes.
or whoever.
Yes.
But
you know.
I'm all alone.
Yes. Yes. You have to. It's about you doing things the right way.
The right way.
Yes. All right. Any other question? Kate, do you have a question?
No, really.
Okay, good. So the next part we're going to talk is the client's rights. Although the client is the one receiving this care, the client has rights, okay? And maybe important words here you need to understand. Number one is abandonment.
Can I maybe ask a question before you go to the client rights?
Yes.
Now that we have all those conditions, and me myself, I don't know about the heart disease or what, what have I to do with all the diseases? And now that I don't know, I'm not a medical person, I don't know about this. How will I live?
There is a nurse.
That is why we talked about the care team, isn't it? The primary physician or the doctor, he's the one who has written the care plan.
Yes.
He has brought this person.
So I
The
have my
medication
card.
to support the clients are already there. So your work is to assist in the activities of daily living.
In other words,
As per the plan, care plan.
in other words, there is a doctor to diagnose the patient. That's not your work.
Yes.
There is a nurse to nurse when it comes to nursing issue about dressing, not physical but the nursing issue.
Yes.
In the case of wounds, your work is to care give.
Yes.
Everybody is on area of operation.
Support care.
Let me just understand you more than that.
Yeah.
With those conditions, people behave differently. Like now, in heart problem, somebody may be now dying and I don't know because, I just see somebody.
Actually, before you even leave that point, if you notice a change in a client's behavior, you are supposed to call 911 immediately. Your work, everybody has his job. The primary physician has his job. The registered nurse has his job. He is the one who is assessing the client. Is he declining in health? Or is he supposed to, if he's declining in health, he's the one who recommend the client to go to emergency room, right? He's the one who says, hey, I see this medication, they need refilling. We need more medication to support the health of the client. You as a caregiver, you are with the client for many hours. Your work is to help in the activities of daily living. Don't do anything that I have not taught you to do. If you're not the one who shaves the client, don't shave the client. Because you can shave the client, and maybe the client is diabetic, and then there's a problem, isn't it? If you're not the one who cut, and this is what I tend to think when it comes to job orientation. You need to be very clear from the provider or from your supervisor, what are the job expectations? What are your responsibilities? Ni nini ambacho wewe unatakikana ufanye? Ni vizuri sana ujue, isn't it? So you tell you, okay, when these clients, we usually get them up by 7 a.m., isn't it? We give them a shower every other day, right? We dress them up, we prepare the breakfast, we take them to the dining area, we prepare the breakfast, we feed them. Those who want to go back to their rooms, they go and watch I Love Lucy, isn't it? Or those who want to sit in the living room and watch the television, they sit down and watch the television. You understand? So you are informed properly. Make sure you are informed properly. What are the job expectations? What are your responsibilities? What is expected of you? Whatever else you are not, that is supposed to be done and you are not be told to do, ask. Don't do something that you are not sure. Ask. Yes.
I see two different things here, whereby here in the so-called states, they like doing things in a professional manner, no shortcuts.
Yes.
In our setup from the other end, and maybe it's your boss, they believe in shortcuts. He wants you to do things. When this person was supposed to be lifted by two people. Now, how do you handle this? When especially you are being, your supervisor or your boss is a...
For professionalism. Do job the right way.
Professional manner.
Yes. You know what helps you? Between whatever you do, the shortcut you notice, you always notice the shortcut if you read the care plan. Because the care plan is straight. They tell you this and this and this and this is what you do. And then there is a page they usually write and say, a day in the life of Dr. Jenga. What happens to me when I wake up? It tells you everything, what I'm supposed to do. The care plan will tell you this person is a one assist person. So you avoid those shortcuts and do the job the right way. That's what you're supposed to do, right? And always, and especially when a client falls, don't lift the client. You're supposed to call 911. Because when you leave the client, you may cause more injury to that person. So if something happens, call 911. That is your first thing. And the minute I started teaching you, as a government community instructor, you are a mandatory reporter. Meaning you are required by the law to report if you notice any kind of abuse. Are we together? So you're not under care of your provider or supervisor. If you notice something is not right, you're supposed to report. Are we together? Yes. So abandonment is leaving or deserting. Leaving or deserting a client. Leaving or deserting a client without care. You are never supposed to leave the client alone. If you take client to doctor's appointment, you cannot go and leave the client in a parking lot and you go to the shopping. No, you can't do that. Never leave a client alone. Even if you see Rite Aid or 7-Eleven, it's just a meter away. You suppose fire can start when you're just left. So you're never supposed to. If you have to leave, you have an emergency. Call the supervisor or call the provider and let them know that you got an emergency. Because you can also get ill, isn't it? You can get sick, isn't it? So, but you cannot leave the client alone. Then another one we can talk about there is confidential. Confidential is not revealing client information to anyone. You're not supposed to release client's information to anyone. You're not supposed to leave the client alone. To give somebody, even if somebody makes a phone call, I'm brother to Michelle, can you give me his information? Tell him, no, I'm not allowed to do that, right? Even if somebody knocks on the door and says, I have come to visit Kate, before you let somebody in, because no stranger or anybody is allowed to adult family home, to client's home, the first question before you let them in, you're supposed to ask them, is the provider aware you are coming? Is the supervisor aware that you are? And even that, you have to tell them, can you wait? You close the door, go to the office, call, make a call to the provider and let them know and ask, confirm whether they want to, they were expecting somebody to come.
What do you mean by provider?
Provider, I mean the owner of the business is the one we are calling provider. So you have to call them, isn't it? Hey, John is here and says he has come to visit her girlfriend, because they have rights, isn't it? You know, they have to be aware. You have to confirm beyond all doubts that they are expecting somebody to come. The other one is important one to notice is grievance. A grievance is a formal complaint. A client can voice his grievance to the Department of Health. I've talked about mandatory reporter. And I think that you are required by the law. You are required by the law to report suspected abuse. You are required by law to report suspected abuse.